Who finds her as a good candidate? Just one? That's a smart man. Two, okay. Well, she's been in office since 2007 and has been cutting our schools, like this one, by a lot of money. It's a bunch of poor leadership, and I want to make some change in the House of Representatives in the 104th District, to be exact. Well, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, she's been cutting our schools, this is only last year, by over about $7 million in the 104th District. Look at Williams Valley, $812,000 was cut last year. Now, you ask for a piece of paper and we don't even have it in this school. Look at Upper Dolphins, $720,000. They had to make their middle school and their high school share a bus, and their buses are overcrowding. Now, look at all these other schools. They're like, Central Dauphin has a lot of people, almost $3 million in cuts. See, now education needs to be funded a lot more than this because we need intelligent people in society. Because if we don't have intelligent people, we're not going to create businesses. If we don't create businesses, there's not going to be any jobs. Now, anybody hear about the liquor privatization on the news or anything? Wow, tough crowd. Anyway, well, according to Sue Glitter, this is the Patriot News, if we privatize the liquor stores, and I'm going to define that real quick for everyone, what would go on is like stores like Walmart, Giant, Wise, Wood, and mini markets would be able to sell like beer, wine, liquor, whiskey, any of these things, and you would be able to get it anyway. But then what would happen to these little beer distributor shops and these liquor stores? They would close down. Now, where are these people going to get these jobs? That's the problem here. It's going to kill over 5,000 jobs if you privatize liquor stores. Your price, your taxes are going to go higher on your liquor because they're not going to get their money from these licenses anymore because you're not going to be able to sell them. So you're going to have higher prices, less selection, fewer jobs. Now, does it seem like a good idea to you guys? No. My stance, obviously I'm against the liquor privatization because it's going to be a job killer, and that's what I want to do. I want to create jobs and have a strong economy in Pennsylvania because our economy for Pennsylvania, 8.1 unemployment rate, that's higher than the national average. We are one of 10 states to have a higher unemployment rate than the national average. So we are one of the poorest states in the United States of America. Now, Sue Helm, every candidate has supporters. Now, don't get me wrong, but Sue Helm is heavily funded by the PA Realtors Association. So in turn, when she's voting on legislation in the House for property tax increases and things like that, of course she's going to support these guys because that's where she's getting her money for her campaigns. Now, do your parents want to pay higher property taxes so you guys have less money and less things and a worse of a childhood because you have less money?
No.
Exactly. Now, I think that property taxes should be very little, if low, because property taxes, only the homeowner has to pay these. Now, if you're renting a home, you don't have to pay property taxes. So they're getting out of paying these taxes. So maybe we should increase the sales tax by 1% or 2% and drop property taxes so everybody has to pay their fair share. Now, this is a picture of people walking out of the House of Representatives. Her tagline in all her campaign says, she's an independent leader putting people before politics. Now, everybody heard about the Jerry Sandusky investigation. Tom Corbett, many say he went through it the wrong way and investigated the wrong way. When that came up in the House of Representatives, all the Republicans walked out. Now, is that for the people or is that for the politics? See, you need to, that's not right because you're not in there to support your party. You're in there to support the people that voted for you. Now, what I'm for is government reform. We need to make term limits on our House of Representatives. I don't like career politicians. If someone's in there for 50 years, they're going to use the same policies they used when they got elected. Now, we need to grow with changing times. That's when the Constitution was written. It was written vaguely so it could be interpreted for changing times. That's what we need to do. We need to change times. And everybody hears about politicians. Does anybody know how much one makes? A PA politician on average. Does anybody know about one? Everybody want to take a guess?
90,000.
Higher. Anybody else want to take a guess?
120,000.
It's around there. It's around $125,000 a PA congressman makes. And plus, that's only their annual salary. Now they get a cost of living. They get paid to drive to work, get paid to eat in Harrisburg. Now, teachers here, do you get paid to drive to work?
No.
Do you get paid to eat here?
No.
Exactly. $125,000, I can go eat steak and lobster every day at work, and I can drive to work. And I'm still in the good. See, we need to get rid of, or at least get rid of the COLAs, which is the cost of living, or we need to lower the salary for these politicians, because if they get paid less, then we have more money for the Commonwealth, and maybe we can create some jobs and actually fund our education. In conclusion, we need to build the economy from the middle out. We can't be funding these corporate offices, big business. That's not how America runs. We need to bring jobs back to PA. We need to build it from the middle out, lower taxes for the middle class. Everybody pays their fair share, like I said about the property taxes. And if everything's fair, everybody pays the same, our economy is going to grow. This is how it was back in the 90s. Our economy was thriving. Education, very important. That's one of my top things. I'd put the funding back into our schools. I would vote against privatizing the liquor stores because that would kill many jobs. And I'm here for the people of PA. Now, I want everybody to participate here. Who would vote for me over Susan Helm in the election? I do not see anybody that has their hand down, so that turns out my next question. But thank you for your time, and God bless America.